All right, now this might sound silly, but bear with me. Am I the only one that's looking at this fast-growing world of wireless earbuds that sees that episode of Doctor Who where the Cybermen take over the people and make them march off like zombies to be upgraded into brains with machine bodies by activating something in the earbuds? But that's been on my mind for a while, and then I saw this.
What do you see as the next thing along the lines of what you're doing about reading internal signals? What do you want to do with that? Whether it's Dolby or through just...
So no, I mean, I say this all the time. People have been, when they say the eye's the window to the soul, they're looking in the wrong place. It's always about the ear in that case. The ear is really like the most powerful place to link our internal signatures with the external world. I just got back from CS2, and you've got blood pressure being measured in ear, you've got EEG, you've got heart rate, you've got signatures of stress. You can stimulate the vagal nerve. It's a really amazing point to read and write the brain, to both know the personal, internal, amalgamated signatures of what someone's mental and physical state is, and then link that with this beautiful, really cheap sensor called a microphone, and pair that with a ton of intelligent machine learning. And the way we communicate with our devices, with each other, that the ear is where we'll be wearing earbuds very soon, not to listen to music, not to play us movies, but to listen to our bodies and communicate with all the technology around us.
Read and write the brain.
Now, speaking of brain altering, you told me that you work in brain plasticity these days and what our devices, electronics, online experiences are doing to the plasticity of our brains.
Sure.
So how is tech changing us already?
Everything. I mean, that's it. I mean, look, many of you I'm sure know this, you play 40 hours of Call of Duty and your brain is different than it was before. And that's not all bad. I mean, people who enter into, you play 40 hours of Call of Duty, guess what? Your visual acuity is sharper. Your strategic thinking has changed. I mean, these things, you fundamentally see the world differently than you did before. Harnessing these things into our consumer technology and sort of building the way we design our technology, doing that from a neuroscience perspective, that we're going to engage with this technology and we get to proactively write how our brains are going to change, because they are.
We need to be aware of what we're taking into our bodies, not just what we eat and drink and what we breathe, what we put on our skin, but also what we see and what we hear, and apparently how we hear. I mean, read and write capabilities for your brain. What do you think about that? If you can help me get this information out to people, I'd really appreciate it. I imagine many might not be aware of the ways this tech is being used. Please consider sharing this video or re-uploading it anywhere that you're able. Thank you for listening.